Welcome, everybody. I'm Laura DeFranco, the CEO of Brave Healer Productions. And today I have Rochelle Marie Lawson with me to talk about being unstoppable. So, known as the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, Rochelle Marie Lawson is a successful business owner, registered nurse, Ayurvedic health practitioner, dream life transformation facilitator, best-selling author, speaker, radio show hostess, and I know I'm just cracking up saying this list, and the president of Blissful Living for You, which was founded to bring wellness, wisdom, and wealth into the lives of individuals seeking a holistic path to living the life of their dreams. You need to give me a trophy for reading that bio, Miss Rochelle. That was awesome. Oh my gosh, welcome. So you guys, we're going to be releasing Rochelle's new book, Unstoppable, Being Fierce, Fearless, and Unfuckwithable in Life and Business next week, like around the February 10th. Okay, we're hoping. Congrats and welcome, girl.
Thank you so much. And yes, I'm excited to be here.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have so much to talk about. Listen, tell us your story. Like, how did you get to doing what you're doing today?
Oh, well,
I don't think we have version.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think we have that much time. Basically, ever since I started my first business at the age of 22, I've always been wanting to bring women together in a collective manner, so to speak. And I've just been doing it because I've always been the only girl in that particular business arena, male-dominated industry. But once I transitioned over into my second business, which is for everyone and everyone dwells in it, it just became a little bit easier to see the synergy and the synchronicity of bringing and uniting women together so that we can be unstoppable and be unfuckwithable in life and business. And I know many of us have had a lot of journeys and a lot of challenges that have put us in those positions to step forward in that. And so it just seemed like it was just perfect to bring it all together right now in this year in 2022, and let's make it roll.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's do it. You actually have two businesses. Like,
yes.
Give us a little history here.
So when I was 22, so just 7 years ago, I'm kidding.
I was with you all the way there.
When I was 22, I started a business with my husband at the time, and it was in the telecommunications industry, still in the telecommunications industry, still own that business, still am the majority shareholder, but it was a woman-owned business in a male-dominated industry. I was the first female, first African-American to kind of break that arena, so to speak. And just within about 4 years, I took that business from being unknown to being a top 50 woman-owned business in Silicon Valley. And I think it was just, and I can't take all the credit because my team of guys, that I'm the woman with a team of guys, they made everything possible. The quality of work that they did, the customers, how they serviced them, it just really stood out. And I think because I was that oxymoron, a woman in a male-dominated industry, in the construction industry, the business just stood out. And so, but also I was really passionate about health and well-being. And when I first started that business, I was a registered nurse working nights in the emergency room as a trauma nurse. And so I've been passionate about my health and well-being because I've had a 17-year journey with my own health and well-being when I was really sick. And lo and behold, discovered and utilized holistic principles that I had gathered over my journey to culminate the birth of my disease that I had at the time in 9 months. So I used this process, got a download when I was meditating, 9 steps that I was already doing in a sequential method, so to speak. And in 9 months, after suffering for 17 years, I didn't have any illness, and I haven't had any illnesses since I was 25. So it's been over 3.5 decades.
Wow.
And so I knew the value of health and well-being with regards to living our life, dream life. I knew how important it is and to play in every aspect of what we do. And I had a very famous patient twice, once before he was dying, and then the second time when he was dying. This man had more money than God. He was a Jeff Bezos before Jeff Bezos was ever Jeff Bezos, right? And this gentleman told me that if he could give me all his money, he would give me all his money if he could be as radiant and healthy as I was. And what was interesting is the first time I had him as a patient, he was just starting to get sick. And we had a great conversation. The second time was a few years later, he actually asked if I was working and wanted me as his nurse. And we just had this wonderful conversation. Now he's dying, but he just said my radiance just really stuck with him, and just how I was ebbing and flowing through life. And it was then that I knew that no matter how much money you have, if you don't have health and well-being, if you don't have the right mindset, you are living in a prison and you can't live your dream life. And so that's how blissful living for you kind of came together. So my expertise as a kick-ass businesswoman and, a kick-ass health and holistic professional brought it all together, and here it is today.
Awesome. I don't know if I've heard you say that whole story before. Love it. Oh my gosh, that's an impactful story and needs to wake people up a little bit, I think. I hope it does. What does your shirt say, girl? I want
It
to see it.
says, oh,
Okay, good.
it says,
Oh, thank you for
be good to people.
All right. I saw only the top and I'm like, okay, I could be good.
How good do you want me to be?
Yes. Oh my goodness. All right. So what does it even mean to you to show up in the world as an unstoppable woman?
For me, it means to show up at your best, not when you're at your best, but when you're not at your best. And I think that's important for people to understand. When we're at our best, we are unstoppable. There's nothing that can hold us back, right? We have that energy, we have that mojo going, we are ebbing and flowing, and that's easy. That's the easy part. It's when you're not at your best, when you're not feeling at your best, when you're feeling defeated, when you're feeling challenged beyond what anybody can imagine, when you have given it your all and you're still confronted with roadblocks. That is the moment when you really need to step in and be fierce, fearless, and unfuckwithable in life and business, because if you don't, you will be defeated. So it's at that pivotal moment that I think when you take that baby step forward, it opens up the pathway for maybe more baby steps to come. And you just take it inch by inch. But that is when you're the most unstoppable you can be. It's almost like we all women, I don't know every woman has had a child, but if you've ever had experienced pregnancy and you've had to birth a baby, when you at that 10th centimeter dilated and you ready to get that baby out, but you've been in labor for 24 hours or whatever, and you're tired and you just want to give up, you don't give up. You become that unstoppable chick because you want to push that doggone baby out, right? That is what I'm talking about. It's when you want to give up, but you don't. And something in you says, just take that baby step forward. That's when you step into being unstoppable. And that's how I've been rolling all my life. So it just becomes easy for me. I say easier, but not always easy to do.
All right. So there are probably a lot of women listening, wondering about that piece, and like figuring out how to get there is sometimes easier said than done. What do you want women to know who might really be stuck and struggling? Like you're making it sound easy, Rochelle. Like how can I get there with this stepping stone? You said baby steps. What would be like one of those baby steps, or what are some of the ones that you had to take in the beginning?
So one of the things that was really, I think I'm just kind of a different type of chick. Again, I grew up around boys. So if I didn't learn to be tenacious when I was a little girl, then I would have, and I grew up in the hood. So one, I would have been picked on. Two, I would have not survived. And three, who knows, I probably wouldn't be here today. So some of the things that I did and I do is, no matter how bad things are, how bad I envision or see or think things are in my life, I know that there is a divine light beyond that. I know that I am surrounded by divine light. And I know that the fact that I'm even thinking about moving forward or thinking about being stuck, that's a message for me to keep going. And so something as simple as, I'm going to give you a scenario. Someone in my family had a traumatizing thing happen to them where they discovered their husband was cheating on them, devastating to the max. And this person decided to stay in bed because they were so traumatized. It is at that moment when you decide to give up just getting out of bed and sitting on the edge of the bed, that's a baby step forward. The next baby step is putting your feet on the carpet and letting your feet touch the floor. That's a baby step forward. The next step is standing up off that bed, right? And then everything else becomes just a little bit easier. It's just realizing that when you're confronted by something that is so traumatizing or so devastating that it stops you in your tracks, that's the message for you to push through, even if it's just taking a next breath. The next thing you do is the message or the thing that's going to push and move you forward. And so it is difficult for everybody. Everybody's not tenacious like me. And if you're not tenacious, the other thing I would say is to surround yourself with people that love you unconditionally, that will support you, that will be there just to listen to you vomit it all out. Because sometimes we just need people to listen to us. We don't need advice. We don't need somebody to tell us what we should have, could have, would have, how they would have did it. We just need someone to listen to us, hug us, embrace us, and let us cry it all out if that's what we need to do, or beat the pillow up or whatever it is, but just to love us in that space. And if you can find women or men that can do that for you, surround yourself with them and keep them close to you, because those are going to be the people that will help ignite that fire, maybe turn up the flame of that fire in you to help push you forward so that you can take that next step to be unstoppable. And that's what I would suggest. It's important to have people, a community around you, and it doesn't have to be a lot of people. It could be one. Heck, it could be your dogs and your cats or animal, but whatever it is for you, just know that that love and the vulnerability that you could show to them is going to help you to turn the flame up within you to move you forward.
All right. Speaking of sparking that fire and speaking of community and these people that we're surrounding ourselves with, let's talk a little bit about this amazing book that is coming together and these super amazing expert author women who are, right? Like this, I just keep wanting to say the A words, amazing and awesome, over and over again, because they really are. They stepped up and they're sharing very vulnerable, authentic stories, and you will get to know them in these stories, y'all. But then we're going beyond that to offer master strategies and tools and practices. How has this felt to you, getting this group of women together?
Well, what's interesting is I asked them all, like, why did you say yes? Now, some of them I knew and they knew me. We've done some stuff together, but there were some of these ladies I didn't know. And I asked them why they said yes. And they said it was because what I said to them with regards to creating a book of wisdom about life and business for our future female generations to be able to utilize 10, 20, 30, 100 years from now. Pick up that book and open it up and resonate with the story, right? And the wisdom in that story. It's leaving a legacy of wisdom for the future female generations to be able to tap into and be fierce, fearless, and unstoppable. And it was that whole legacy thing that the lady said that really got them. Plus my energy. A lot of them said, your energy, you were so passionate about it. And we could just see just your energy is just like, was like a volcano, but a calm, tame volcano that's just spewing out. And they said they couldn't say no. And I was like, well, I'm so grateful that you said yes, because you trusted me and you didn't know me. And I'm assuring them that we are going to kill it with this book. And we are.
We are. And I will say thank you to all of the co-authors. If you're watching this interview, thank you for saying yes and for being part of this and for really getting that we're leaving a legacy with these brave words. You all wrote beautiful chapters, and I cannot wait for the world to read these beautiful words. So thank you. Anything else you want to say about the project in general, about these beautiful ladies?
So, first of all, thank you to all the beautiful ladies for sure. But I want to share something else, because I know we're in a new age where everybody doesn't identify as a gender or not. And so to my LBGQT community, I'm sure I messed that up, but to all of you, this book is not just for women. It's words of wisdom for people. It just happens to be stories and wisdom from women because we are women and it's our journey. But this book is for everyone. If you're a gentleman and you got a strong woman in your life, or if she's not strong, pick the book up for her. But you read it too, because I guarantee that you'll get words of wisdom for yourself that you can utilize, and you'll get an understanding of sometimes what us women are going through that we can't articulate to you, and it'll help you to support us. Or if you're transgender or whatever you are, the book is for you. It's written by women, and yeah, it was kind of written for women for the future female generations, but it's a book written for anybody that wants to tap into the wisdom of being fierce, fearless, unstoppable, and unfuckwithable in life and business. And that's it.
Yeah, nice. So I know you got a lot going on. What else do you have going on besides this book right now that you want to share with everybody?
So I'm a huge supporter of course, uniting women around the world in a collective manner so that we can all step up and support each other and changing the world to make it a better place. And so I've created what are called the Brave, Bold, and Unstoppable Women's Summits, and they'll be happening in the latter part of this year. But it's about bringing people together in a spirit of harmony. But not only that, helping people understand that no matter where you are, if you're starting your career, you're at the end of your career, you're retired, if you have something that you're passionate about and you want to turn that passion into purpose and profit, guess what? You need to be at the Brave, Bold, and Unstoppable Women's Summits, because the speakers are going to share all kinds of words of wisdom about exactly how you can do that. And it doesn't matter where you are. You can be 16, you can be 88, but there'll be something there for you. The other thing is, because I support women, I'm supporting our women veterans, one of our part of our society that are forgotten heroes, so to speak. And our women veterans need support. And so with what I'm doing with these summits and the book and stuff is to support our women vets and let them know that I love you, I support you. I'm so grateful to all the work that you do. And I know you don't get enough recognition. And so we want to amplify and elevate you and help you to transition and have a better life once you get out of the military. So it's just a collective yumminess with the Brave, Bold, and Unstoppable Women's Summits.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. That sounds amazing. I know our listeners are going to want to find out more. Blissful Living for the number 4u.com. I'm going to have you all hooked up in the show notes, so don't worry. And go explore. Rochelle has amazing things going on in the world, and she and all of our authors of this book are very generously there to help you build your community, to answer questions, just to support. And I know, Rochelle, you are one of those women who is just so generous with your ability to reach out to people who need that little extra oomph, little spark to their fire. So go on down, you guys, explore, click the website, see everything she's talking about, the summits, the book, all of it. Rochelle, any last words today that you want to share with the women listening, men, women of all kinds listening to you, your message about this book? What do you want them to know?
So I want you all to know that wherever you are in your journey, you are in the right place. And what you need to do is just trust in the process, trust in yourself and trust in the divine, because no matter how you move forward, you're doing it exactly how you're supposed to do it. And if you're looking for a community, if you're looking for support, if you're looking for people to help uplift you when you are down, then I suggest you connect with me and you connect with the authors in this book, because that's what we're all about. We came together from all parts of the world, literally, to write this book and didn't know each other. And we've got this beautiful book. So it's for you. And just know that you're in the right place at the right time, listening to this show, and listening to us talk, because there's a reason why you were meant to hear the conversation that me and Laura is having and why we're discussing unstoppable. So just know you're in the right place. The divine does not make any mistakes, even though sometimes it seems like, he's trying to give us an F on our A test paper. It really is to help bring out the best in us so that we all can be unstoppable.
Rochelle, thank you so much for what you do in the world and for being here today to share it with us. Congrats on the book. And,
thank you, Laura, for having me and taking this project on and understanding what I'm all about. especially when we came up with the word with unfuckwithable.
I just like to say the word now. So, we'll see whose feathers we ruffle with that. We'll see. We'll see. All right, y'all. You got to join us for our live stream book launch party. It's going to be on February 16th, and we have that hooked up in the show notes for you as well. It's going to be on the Brave Healer Productions Facebook page. We're going to have all the authors there introducing themselves, sharing their wisdom. It's going to be a really fun event. And of course, if you're listening after that date, well, hop over to Amazon because that means the book is ready. Okay. Lastly today, y'all, your words change the world when you're brave enough to share them. So it's time to be brave. See you next time, everyone. See you, Rochelle.